All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We're talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers in tonight's video. I want to get some misconceptions about Justin Fields and the Steelers offense through their first three games out of the way because so many people are just saying this still isn't sustainable. And to me, what they've been able to do with Justin Fields, with Arthur Smith, defense, best defense, it's the best defense in the National Football League. With my eyes, with statistics, whatever metric you want to use, the Steelers have the best defense in the NFL to me, and I don't even really think it's all that close. But people still want to see this be sustained. And their next two opponents, the Indianapolis Colts and the Dallas Cowgirls, we'll get to all that towards the end of the video here. But what Justin Fields and this offense is doing right now, I just think advanced stats tell the better tale. I think the Falcons defense is solid. I think the Broncos defense is severely underratedly solid. The Chargers defense is also extremely solid. And what Justin's been able to do, it's really impressive. All right. So before we get any further into tonight's video, shout out to BetUS for sponsoring this video. If you could try and get this one to 100 likes, we post a ton of Steelers content on this channel. Welcome back if you are a subscriber. I was reading a Bleacher Report article on this earlier today. They were doing one take for all 32 teams after 3 weeks heading into week 4. And here's what they had to say about Pittsburgh. I still don't know how sustainable this is. They have a bottom 10 scoring offense despite overachieving play at quarterback, which still doesn't bode well. Really looking forward to seeing them against Dallas in 2 weeks' time. And I think this article might have been written before last night, Thursday night against the Giants, where Dallas looked very pedestrian like they have through the first month of the season. But Jarrett Bailey, I think this was I don't think it was an athletic article. I think it was maybe an NFL or something like that. He wrote a really great article on why Justin Fields' advanced statistics tell a better tale. So technically, Pittsburgh has 75 passing attempts through 3 games. That's the 6th worst mark in the National Football League. And, it is a little bit top heavy right now. I want to get into the wide receiver rumors towards the end of this video, but you have George Pickens, Calvin Austin, and tight end Pat Freiermuth. They've combined for 40 of the team's 71 total targets. Pickens and Austin are actually the only 2 players with at least 100 receiving yards heading into week 3. Field statistics, I think I was just watching Julian Edelman talk about this. He wants to see it for a whole 17-game season, which is understandable, but I take a lot of pride in my Steelers content. It's one of those teams I take a lot of pride in my takes on them. We called this team a floor 10-7 win team. Whether it was Russell Wilson or Justin Fields, it really didn't matter to me who the starting quarterback was. There's way too much talent top to bottom. I really genuinely think they have one of the best rosters in the National Football League, and that got clowned immediately. And I talked about this in our last Steelers video. There's a Instagram reel that I'm sure a lot of you guys seen. 250,000 people liked it. It was a thumbnail of me at the beginning of the season, my video saying that they're going to scare the NFL, and it was a SpongeBob meme. But anyways, Fields has done a really good job despite what the box score may say. He's averaging 173 yards per game, 2 touchdowns. But like I said, his advanced stats, that's where the money is right here. So Fields is 2nd in the NFL in passer rating, all right? Per Sports Info Solutions, Fields ranks 10th in EPA when throwing past the sticks. He also ranks 9th in positive play percentage and points above replacement. He is also 6th in boom play percentage, which calculates with an EPA of at least 1. So it's basically kind of a metric to look into explosive plays. All right, guys, before we get back into the video, once again, shout out to BetUS for sponsoring this video. We tried to tell you all off season. We've been telling you guys for the first 3 weeks of the season, the Pittsburgh Steelers, to me, are the best team in your division. And I want to show you step by step, click by click, how you can bet on that. We're going to scroll down from football. We're going to go down to NFL divisions. We're going to scroll on down here to the AFC North, and we got the Pittsburgh Steelers sitting here pretty at plus 200. But folks, doesn't end just there. They're doing 150% bonus on your first deposit. They're also doing 125% bonus on your next 2, all with the code YouTube150. That's it. Let's get back to the video. In contrast, he is the 5th lowest busted play percentage. He's playing extremely good football. He only has 1 interception. Fumbles have not been an issue like they were in the last couple of years with Chicago. He's got a much better coaching staff, much better offensive line. I'm sure you guys just heard him talk about how different this Steelers coaching staff is compared to the incompetency with the Chicago Bears as a Chicagoland native. But he's not just checkdowns. It's not just screens and checkdowns. He's getting the ball downfield. We go back to 2023, the Steelers were 27th in plays per game. They're currently ninth. The Steelers were terrible on third down in 2023, finishing 21st in third down conversion percentage. Fields has them sitting here at seventh. Now, once again, this offensive line is completely decimated. It really is. And we'll get to that towards the end of the video if we have time. The only thing I want to see moving forward is the running game be more efficient. All right. They're currently the second most rushing attempt team in the NFL, and they're actually 12th in total rushing yards, just a little under 400 for the season. But they're 28th in yards per carry. And when you look into the more advanced metrics of it, it makes sense. They are averaging 0.94 yards before contact. That's the fourth worst mark in the National Football League. Their total EPA on rushing plays is second worst at nearly minus 25. Terrible statistic. And the rushing success rate is also second worst in the NFL. On Sunday against the Chargers, Najee Harris had 22% of his runs go for no gains or negative yardage plays. So most of this stuff is getting crashed. I was going to say a different word. It's getting crashed before they even hit the line of scrimmage. So Isaac Seumalo, left guard, team's best run blocker, missed the first 3 games with that pec injury. I think his status is still technically up in the air for Sunday's game against the Colts, but my assumption is he doesn't play. Troy Fautanu, draft pick, known for his run blocking, right? Knee injuries, IR. Broderick Jones. Sorry, I'm thinking Bears. Broderick Jones has just had an extremely inefficient, inconsistent sophomore campaign. So why I'm talking about this is because your next 2 opponents have the 2 worst rushing defenses in the NFL. The Colts have allowed 179 rushing yards per game, and the Dallas Cowboys have even worse, 32nd at 185.7 yards per game. I'm really excited for this Steelers team to play on against the Colts. I know they got a little bit of recent history, but Jonathan Taylor, if I'm not mistaken, ran all over Pittsburgh's defense last season. They did have a nice game against the Bears, just giving up 2.3 yards per carry on 28 attempts. But man, I don't even need to say anything about the Bears. They are an absolute mess right now. So my point just is, like, Fields is doing his thing. I think Russ, once again, is technically questionable for Sunday's game. But, if you're Mike Tomlin, there's no way, shape, or form Russell Wilson is starting a football game until Justin Fields at least loses one. All right. One quick note, apparently the Steelers are monitoring the wide receiver market because of the Brandon Ayuk failed trade. The deadline isn't until, I believe, November 7th at 4 p.m. Eastern, but some guys that this was reported from ESPN, Dan Graziano, he reported that maybe DeAndre Hopkins, maybe Christian Kirk could be potential trade candidates if their teams make them available. Real quick injuries. Alex Highsmith expected to miss 2 to 3 games with a groin injury, and Jalen Warren is week to week. He's going to be missing Sunday's game. So Najee Harris and Cordell Patterson, Justin Fields included, I want to see this run game get back to what I know they are. So that's it for today. Kind of a rant ramble statistical video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content along with weekly Steelers videos. Once again, shout out to BetUS for sponsoring this video. But guys, let me know down below. Give me a score prediction for Sunday's game against the Indianapolis Colts down below. Hopefully, we'll see you 48 hours from now with a victory recap. That's it from me. Have a great weekend. Peace.